Ladies and gentlemen, it is both a pleasure and honor to have the chance to speak to you today. Issues being discussed over the course of this event are very important, far-reaching, and exciting. This reflects the reality that business role in addressing environmental challenges is complex and multifaceted. At its heart, though, is a simple reality: the need to change how people think and act. There are many who look primarily to governments or NGOs to force this change, and it is okay. But I also see an enormous number of things that business can do, regardless of the progress of the political or social processes. Today, I'd like to share with you briefly why I believe that. I certainly believe that there is a business case. We at LG are in an unusual position of having a very broad range of businesses within our group. These include not only technologies you see in your home or workplaces, but also some of the specialized building materials and technologies in commercial and residential buildings. We take our commitment to the planet very seriously. We sponsor a number of initiatives around education on environmental science and engineering. We're also working to reduce our environmental footprint. In fact, LG Group will invest $18 billion over the next decade to create environmentally friendly businesses and to reduce emissions by 40%. That's a reduction of 50 million metric tons of greenhouse gases every year by 2020. Like other companies, we also work constantly on improving the energy efficiency of our products. But what excites us most is looking at carbon efficiency at the level of living system, buildings, city blocks, campuses, malls, towns. When you do this, you start to see business opportunities on a completely different scale. Let me explain. Think about your home. If you're like most people, you have a few dozen devices which all operate independently. The building materials, lights, air conditioning, appliances were all independent choices made years ago. The only place where home energy usage is managed centrally is in your brain. You're all clever people, but everyone has their limits. Then think about your office building, or the supermarket where you shop, or the school or university your children go. With few exceptions, these places are accidental collections of equipment with just enough central management to make sure they all function properly, but with very little attention focused on energy efficiency. Think about how many times you have been somewhere in the winter and the heat has turned up too high, or had to put on more clothes indoors in summer because the building air conditioning was set too low. Or the times you've walked into an empty room in your home and found a TV or lights on with no one around. That, of course, represents complete waste of our natural resources. Let me illustrate how significant this is. average home in the US consumes nearly 1,000 kilowatt hours per month at the cost of $100 per month per household.